right? So I got 2,100 calories. I can eat this milkshake that's 1,500 calories. And then I got enough calories to eat one more meal. And then maybe if I exercise, I can get a couple of more calories to eat. For me, it didn't work out because I don't know. I have a psychosis. I don't know. I'm sick. Um, okay, let's go. I'm in this thing. All right, I am moving. Honestly, why am I worried about them? This is my race. Welcome back to the TRY podcast where we what? We try. We try. I'm your host, Catherine Shorten, and today I'm excited to really get into some of the more popular eating plans, what they are, my experience with them, and what I'm doing, moving forward. We're all coming into the new year, new goals, new me. You know how we do. So I want you to be informed. But first, let's get into the review of the week. Okay, this is fun. This one says inspiring. You say exactly what most people are afraid to admit. We are all going through the same stuff, and at the end of the day, we all out here trying. Yes, I love that because that's the truth. I use my life as a case study because we're all connected and going through some of the same things, right? So please, if you're watching me on YouTube, subscribe, like, share, comment down below. Let me know what you're going through at this time. What's up with you? If you are enjoying this on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, leave me a review, especially if you're on iTunes, because it really helps me grow, right? So moving on, let's get into this disclaimer. Remember, I am not a licensed physician. I'm not a health professional or a nutritionist. The topics that we talk about in this podcast are meant to be just a part of your research. You have to do your due diligence for you. You are responsible for you. So let's get into it. The first diet I want to talk about is the ketogenic diet. Short keto, right? It's very popular right now. This diet is high fat, moderate protein, and very low carb. And the goal is to change your body's natural wanting to use glucose, which are carbs, for energy, to using fat for energy. And so once you get into ketosis, this is when your body has made this conversion. You'll be burning all of this body fat. That I have done this, I have used this diet a number of times to lose body fat, and I've been successful, right? My only issue is that it was very difficult for this to be sustainable. I very much enjoy carbs. I very much enjoy carbs. The breads, the pasta, the potatoes, and things like that. But there are a lot of substitutions out here now where you can eat seemingly very satisfying for a long time, get into ketosis, and this has been a successful way that many people have lost weight. It also boasts it's good for brain fog. It lowers the appetite, and keto for me just made me want to eat a bunch of cheese and meat and heavy whipping cream. That's it. And I just wasn't able to do it in a healthy way. There are so many people out here. Dr. Eric Berg, he gives a lot of information. I love Dr. Berg because he gives you the science behind things and ways to do it. That's a good one to follow if you want good information on how to successfully do the keto diet. But I have used it multiple times to lose a quick 20 pounds, quick 30 pounds. But that's not my current goal. I don't want to lose a quick 20, 30 pounds, because that's what I've been doing. And I lose that little 20, 30 pounds, maybe even 40. But I come back around that circle. So it hasn't been something that I can sustain. There are people out here doing something they call dirty keto, right? And it's less strict, but I found that I just end up eating a bunch of science projects, and that's not good for my long-term health goals. It's just not good for me. Do the research for you, but I'm not going the keto route again. But I'm not anti-keto, because as far as losing body fat, it's worked. The next eating plan, I think, is just basically called calorie counting, or if it fits in my macros, which means that you go and you look up how many calories you're, based on your age, sex, height, activity level, how many calories you need to be consuming in order to lose a pound or two a week, right? That's how that works. I have done this many times as well, right? I use my MyFitnessPal or the Lose It app, and once it gives me the numbers, I'm able to just kind of figure out meals that fit into the macros and get through the day. I've only been slightly successful because I have this nasty tendency to try to game the system, right? So I got 2,100 calories. I can eat this milkshake that's 1,500 calories, and then I got enough calories to eat one more meal, and then maybe if I exercise, I can get a couple of more calories to eat. For me, it didn't work out because, I don't know, I have a psychosis. I don't know. I'm sick. Um, I'm just saying, I was able to game the system, and it wasn't focused on what's actually good and nourishing for my body. And so I didn't do it well, but I've seen it work well for other people if you're not trying to game the system. And MyFitnessPal can go even further than how many calories. It can say, hey, you need to go this much protein, this much fat, this much, they have ways of doing it that can really help some people who are data driven, but they're using it for good. If you're going to game the system, this isn't probably the best method. These days, I don't believe all calories are created equal. And it's also based on the theory that all calories are created equal. And I think you need to spend more time on what you're actually putting in your body, not just how much it costs calorie-wise. You know what I'm saying? But no shame, because this can be the direction that can help you, because sometimes we're making bad decisions just because we don't know. I learned a lot by having to read packaging, seeing, what's in it, what the numbers are, and those types of things. This last eating plan that I'm going to talk about, I'm a little more excited about because it's the one that I'm going to take with me forward. And it's veganism, or plant-based eating, because I don't want to eat science projects, right? So I really want to eat plants and vegetables. And I've done this before. Back in 2016, I read a book. This book somehow inspired me to go on this vegan journey. And so I did 100 days. I did 100 days raw vegan eating. This is giant salads. This is smoothie bowls, smoothies, juices. And in that 100 days, I really had a transformation. Y'all know, if y'all follow my channel, you know I'm very challenge driven. But there was such great benefits for me. I just didn't have a plan for afterwards. This 100 days, I felt so good. My joints felt good. We had to do a long drive, and usually at the end of a long drive is so much snacking and eating that I have swollen ankles at the end. I drove 24 hours. It was supposed to be 14 hours. It ended up being 24 hours. I had nothing, still energy, nothing, and in good spirits that whole time. I just didn't have a plan for afterwards. I completed the challenge, and my nature is just to go into whatever's next. But upon reflection, that was the best eating plan that I've done. Raw veganism is a little more difficult to sustain, but having a high dose of micronutrients, that's all of the vitamins and minerals that you get by eating living food, I don't think you can replace that. Whatever the eating plan is, I think you need to make sure it includes a high dose of micronutrients. So, since upon reflection, that's where I felt the best, that's where I'm going back. But not raw. I'm going to do a combination because it is very difficult to sustain through the winter. I think you're slightly cooler by eating raw fruits and vegetables all the time. And that I'm excited. I'm actually on day 10. I have committed to a year. So next December, I'm going to see where I'm at. But I'm going to give it a full year. The 100 days was great. I just wish I had considered even to move forward with it. I literally fried some chicken tenders. Like, I didn't know where. I was like, well, that's done. But yeah, I feel like this is the route to go. I already fully know that the dairy is hard on my system. And I fully know that when I eat lots of green vegetables, when I eat the kale, when I eat the collard greens, when I'm eating the mushrooms and the onions and the things, it's good. And there's so much knowledge out here that you really can do it and not miss it. You really cannot miss just like the meat. And I'm not on the animal cruelty part. I'm not like, oh, a life is a life and we shouldn't eat animal life. I'm not on that. But I am on how they're doing it. That can't be right. That feedlot meat, how they, and I watched all the documentaries, how they are just killing, how these animals have to live, what they're fed. That can't be good for us. That can't be good for us. And I don't think I want to participate. I'm not even saying that I will never eat meat again, but I have let go of the dairy. That's no good. And if I am going to eat meat, I want it to be small farm meat where they live some sort of a decent life. I don't know. I'm not getting into none of that. I'm just saying, do your research and find out what it is. If these animals, the way that they're treated, if you think that what they're eating and how they're living and dying is not affecting our health, that's foolish. So yeah, that's what I'm moving forward with. And I also want to talk about another part that I think is important, which is fasting. I think we're all gluttonous and we need to really consider how much we're eating. We need to be able to take some breaks. We all know I'm Muslim and there are health benefits, physical health benefits and mental health benefits with fasting. And no matter what eating plan you choose, you can insert a bit of fasting in it. And I think it'll just be good for you. So we can do that. And that's where I'm going moving forward. Make sure y'all comment below and tell me what y'all doing for 2022. I'm putting in a whole year. I'm no longer doing 30-day challenges, 60-day challenges, 75-day challenges. No. I'm going to give it a year and then I'm going to assess. I think everyone should do that. As I close this video, I want to leave you with a thought because I believe the perspective is everything. Don't let chili cheese fries cost you your quality of life. Don't let that be the reason why you got fluid built up in your legs and your knees, and you can't walk up and down stairs, and you can't come out to the party, and you big mama in the bed, or you can't even get up. You gotta just look at life. You can't get out in it. I was watching one of these documentaries, and the wife, her and her husband, they in bad health. And the wife was saying, we didn't know. We didn't even know. We didn't know that going out to eat like this was costing high blood pressure, diabetes. We didn't realize this was going to cost us these circulation issues and things like that. We didn't know. In the age of education, we didn't know. It's no longer an acceptable answer. We can do better for ourselves. And if you are watching this video, if you are listening to this podcast, I know something about you. You want better for yourself. So let's just go out and get better for ourselves. Let's just go on and go out and make a better choice for ourselves. Because that's what we want. And it's people connected to us counting on us. Somebody is counting on you to figure this thing out so they can get they breakthrough. Right? So I'm excited moving forward. Comment below. Let me know what you decided. And I will see y'all next week.